Hi, welcome to the channel. In previous videos you will have seen me do some walkarounds of my own cars, like this, my Cooper S Traveller, and my 2004 MG ZR that I call Project Auto Tester. I'm going to continue doing those projects and there will continue to be videos of them. I'm going to continue doing videos of auto tests and, when restrictions allow, going to more car shows and uploading some content from there as well. But I thought I'd do something a little bit different and showcase other people's projects as well. So this is going to be kind of a new series coming on. The videos won't be terribly regular. They may be somewhat sporadic as we go along and maybe out of sequence of other videos. But yeah, I just think it'll be something interesting and be nice to share other people's projects. So this is going to be the first episode in this series and comes from Wull's Wheels. Now, Jake, who owns this amazing Rover Mini City, has a really great YouTube channel, so definitely head over there and check it out. So I'll stick a link on the screen here somewhere that you can click on and go over there and check out his videos. So yeah, in the next few minutes I'll hand you over to Jake and he'll give us a walk around of his Rover Mini. So run VT.
Let us start then with the exterior of the car, and then we'll work our way around to the back, and then we'll go to the interior on it. So the first thing on this, it's a Rover Mini City. So being the City model, it was the very base model of Rover's Mini lineup. So the first mod, which wasn't actually done by me but must have been done by some previous owner, unless of course it was an optional extra at the time, is this, the stainless steel bumper on this. Now originally this would have been black or a sort of light grey colour, but whoever's owned this previously, again, may well have spec'd it in the optional extras list or changed it themselves, because mini bumps are quite cheap and they're very quick and easy to replace. Let's move then on to things that I'm more familiar with, shall we? So on here we've got the grille. Now for the look of the Mini, I decided I wanted to sort of go for a 1960s look mixed with, you know, the 1990s era that this was built in. So for this, I chose the 1960s design hexagonal Austin wavy grille. I just like it. No other reason why I got it other than that, really. The next mod on the front was, of course, the headlights. You will have seen these in my previous video of how to change the bulb on these. But the reason I chose these bulbs and headlights is because, unlike the sealed beam units, which you got in the previous sort of generations of Minis, and even on this when it was brand new, with these here you can change the bulb on the inside of them, and that can save you a hell of a lot of money in the long run, because with the sealed beam you have to change the whole headlight unit and they cost around about £15 each. With these you can change out a bulb somewhere like Halfords or any other motor factors nice, easily and cheaply, and it also means you get to keep this cool sort of chic look. And of course above these you've got these little shin smackers, whatever you want to call them, you know, headlight lamp cover thing, I don't know what they're called, but I quite like them. It sort of gives that little sleepy look to the Mini, which is quite cute really. Another thing, of course, number plate on this, not original, it's got the little GB sign on it. I just like the style and design of these. I do still have the original plate at home, so I can always switch these back should I wish to. And also, if you haven't already noticed, he said awkwardly getting closer, I've got this little towing eye, which means should it break down on the side of a road and somebody's willing to help, it can be pulled off to somewhere nice and safe before, say, recovery can come and get it. Coming around the side of the car then, we've got these chrome door mirrors. Now these are very much in the style of the 1960s, which is the design that I wanted on this car. So with these, things like MGs, Jaguars, Triumphs even, they would have used this style of mirror back in the 1960s, 70s, you know, that kind of era. But also, I got this little overtaking mirror here. It just clamps on, very easy. Adds a little bit of extra safety as well as a period chic look to the car. Down the side then, you will probably have noticed the graphics as well. These are done the original style with the, you know, well, graphics going in the 3 dots here, line here, and city. But I added my own little custom touch, you see. To this, it's got 1000 written on. That wasn't done originally. But also, the original colour of these graphics were a sort of turquoisey, greeny blue colour, which, you know, fine on pretty much any other colour, but a blue, it sort of blended in a bit too much. It didn't really show off, to be honest. So, what I did was, when having a look at the car, I noticed one of the decals had faded. So with this, I took it to a graphic design manufacturer called Andover Sign and Design, obviously based in Andover, UK. And what they did was they recreated them in white, and that I think stands out a lot more against the colour of the car than the turquoise did. As well as that, you may well have also noticed this tiny little badge just here. No other reason, I just rather liked it. But also, you've got the wheels down here. Now they're probably the biggest change you'll notice on this car. These are little 12" by 5" wide super lights. These are anthracite. I could have gone for black, but I thought black would, mix in a little bit too much. Coming around the back of the car then, you will probably notice the chrome tow bar. You'll have seen this put on in a previous video as well. I did that just because I quite like it, but also adding a tow bar to it gives it a little bit of extra practical facilities. So it means that if I want to, say, take a load of camping gear onto a campsite or something like that for an event, I can tow a trailer full of that and it stops the inside of the car getting too mucky. Also, again, number plate, little graphics. I even had the name. This one's called Millie, by the way. Down the side here, you've got the Aston style filler cap, and this just gives it a little bit of extra chrome looky goodness, whatever you want to call it. Down the side here, exactly the same to the other side bar the overtaking mirror, so I don't need to show you that again. Now we'll work our way inside the car. So if I open the boot just here, oh, look at all the changes. So I've got all my tools because inevitably it's an old car, it will break down at some point. Inside here, what I've done, I made all this, by the way. So what I've done here, made up all this interior carpet and boot load, so it's even folded around the rear wheel arch. This gives a little bit of extra protection to the back of the car, so if I want to put anything in the boot, it stops it from scratching the paintwork and all that. But also, this provides a good mount for my amplifier here, which will give you a little hint as to something you're going to see inside the car in a minute. It's getting rather wet now. Oh, finally in somewhere dry. So, for the interior changes, what have we got? Well, with this we have got the stereo center console with Pioneer head unit, little USB chargers, and of course your 12-volt socket, little Rover badge on there, rather nice. And of course this is sort of roughly colour coordinated as best as possible to the colour of the car. So we've got grey sides and blue face on it. You've also got the speaker pods in here, so they're just obviously to house the speakers. These ones are 6" and they supply a very good sound indeed. In the back we've got 6x9s under the rear seat, and also in the back we've got these other 6" ones. These ones here are raised because that way then it means I don't have to drill into the bodywork, which means I can easily reverse the car back to standard for that front at least, should the day come when I have to sell this car. Hopefully that won't be anytime soon, but you never know what the future's going to hold. Inside the car then, as well as the speaker system here, we've also got these little tweeters, which I didn't mention a moment ago. But down here you've got the pedal box. Now, in the usual Mini, you'd get sort of little black rubber pedal covers, think sort of everyday car you find on the market these days. For this, because the Mini modification scene is quite large and diverse, unlike the car itself, which is really rather small, I've gone for blue pedal covers. Now these of course match paint colour of the car, but as well as that they've got the Union Jack, which is there because it's quite cool and I rather like it and adds a good little custom feature to the car. Moving around then to the front of the car, we're back outside once again, but I haven't shown you the engine yet, so come on, we'll go and have a look at that. Down here in the engine bay is probably where some of the biggest changes have come in this car. So, what I've changed about here is the rocker cover is now blue, of course, to match this. The little oil filler cap has now got a Paddy Hopkirk logo on it, which just a little subtle touch, you know. Little breather pipe here has got its own little filter, which is quite neat and cool. All of the hoses here have been changed to blue. Not only does it colour match the car, but it also provides a good use. The radiator, that's now 2-core alloy rather than the standard one, which wasn't very good on this car, as it turns out, as I'll tell you about in a minute. Also, The little weather shield here is now clear acrylic, so you can see through the engine when it's of course clean, which at the moment it isn't. And of course we've got the spark plugs and HT leads. Now sparks have been changed, there's nothing really that different about those, but the HT leads are blue. I changed the radiator and indeed pretty much the whole entire cooling system on this car because it kept overheating. It's obviously not very good when your car overheats, so what I did, after solving one issue, which turned out to be the original radiator, which was then replaced for this one, I ended up having a load of leaks through gaskets and all the other hoses in it. So you solve one problem, you cause about 50,000 others. I changed all the hoses out for silicone because these are a lot more substantial and can sort of stand up to the temperatures a lot better than the old rubber ones did. Also, as well as that, the bypass hose, that is also now silicone, so then hopefully I won't have any issues with that in the future, as I have done, which you'll find out about in later videos. As well as that, another thing done by a previous owner under here, the ignition is now electronic, so it should start a lot easier than with, say, a normal distributor. So there it is. Those are all the changes and modifications that I've made to my Rover Mini City. Some of them are completely functional, like these, but they also provide a good look and a good talking point when you're at a car show, or even a mini show, or whatever show you want to go to. The good thing about all these mods on this car is that they're all 100% completely reversible. So it means should I want to put the car back to stock because I've kept all the original bits for it, I can. And that way then, should, as I said earlier, one day somebody else come along want to buy it, I want to sell it, it means it can go back to stock and somebody can have it as was or as it currently sits.
I'd like to thank Jake from Wull's Wheels for sending his video over to me and allowing me to share it with you all. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please remember to give it a thumbs up and a like. And yeah, before you go, please feel free to subscribe as always. And again, head over to Wull's Wheels channel. Again, card is on the screen here. If you want to jump over there and check him out, and remember to subscribe to his channel there as well, would be great. So yep, thanks very much for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.